high heart rates and full of adrenaline, ready for the competition.
So it is Italy against Russia. Italy on the left-hand side of your screen wearing white, Russia wearing red.
Representing Italy, Martina Del Duca, Giulia Di Nardo, Martina Serafini.
So two Martinas representing Italy. Obviously excellent archers who have fought hard to reach this point, but Vicky, you know, we have to remember they are under 18. Most of them are 16 years old. This is quite an intimidating atmosphere, even though it is in that grandstand only their team members.
Yeah, that's right. You know, this is the World Championships. Each of them want to go out there and get a medal, bronze medal match. So they've got to win this to get on that podium. So I think this is sometimes it's a higher pressure match, perhaps, than even the gold medal match.
So 3 archers on each team. We will have 4 ends of 6 arrows for each team. And the way it works, if you're new to this format, is the whole of the Italy team will shoot first, then the Russians, then the Italians have their second shots, and then the Russians, and that will form one end. So, all the pressure on our first shooter for Italy. And she shows no nerves at all, does Martina Serafina with a 9.
Well, the conditions here are looking pretty windy. We can see the flags in the background. It's going to make it difficult for these compounders. Shooting at 50 metres on an 80 centimetre face.
First Russian arrow of the competition in the medal matches.
Very quick shot. Sometimes it's good to shoot fast in these conditions. Avoid getting blown about in the wind.
There are time limits, of course. So it's all square after the first set of arrows. Martina Serafina with her second.
Score shown tied. I thought Italy had a 10 in that first segment, so let's see. Oh, little twitch. So I thought the release was going to go off. It didn't. Just got to reset. Keep on pulling.
Yeah, we'll have to wait for confirmation of that score in the left corner. You're right, Nikki.
Oops.
Little trip in their excitement there. But the Italians happy with their first end.
Not sure if there was an 8-7 liner, but they're really going to need to put this one right in the middle to have a chance here. All going off slightly to the right.
Marina Cherkezova rounding off that end for the Russian.
So we'll just await confirmation of the scores, but it looks like Italy have taken the lead so far.
Yep, certainly the Italians are happy with that that end. I make it 56-53, but as you say, we'll wait for confirmation of that.
So confirmation, Italy taking that first end. (56-53). We're shooting 4 ends, and it's raw score will take the win.
Yep, pretty straightforward, the compound archery scoring. So 3 more ends to go. This time it's Russia to go first.
See the archers really getting buffeted in that wind. It's so hard to hold that scope on the middle. Another 6 there, all going to the right.
Yeah, trying to work out the direction of the wind based on those. I know they've got windsocks all around the field to help them.
Yeah, they've got there'll be flags on top of the targets, and there'll be different flags around the stadium as well. So they've got to use those for information as to what to do and where to aim.
So that's 2 gone right of the target. Serafini in good form at the moment, not showing any signs of nerves.
So the Italians making a bigger improvement there.
On the coverage, like 2 targets the Italians are firing at.
Yeah, so each team have 2 target faces to shoot at. They've got to put 3 arrows in each of those target faces. It doesn't matter what order or who shoots in them, as long as we end up with 3 arrows in each target face.
Now, we've seen the Russians mostly go for one target at a time. The Italians choosing a different method to sort of choose different targets in their round. Why would that be?
It's just totally personal preference. I think the reason we don't shoot all in one face is if you had 6 arrows in that same small face, you would chance maybe a glance out, so you could hit another arrow and actually it deflect and go somewhere else. So I think that's the reason why we've still got 2 target faces there at 50 meters, to ensure that, you know, there's no chance of a glance out. But yeah, in terms of the order, it's totally up to them. You know, and every team will pick a different order in a different way, so it really doesn't matter, as long as I say, we end up with 3 in each face by the end. Big movement there to try and bring it across to the right. She's obviously aiming off to the left too far.
Sixth arrow at the end for the Italians.
So we saw on that end, the Russians almost ran out of time. They get about 2 minutes to shoot their 6 arrows as a team, about 20 seconds per arrow. They can use that time as they want, and even with the first segment versus the second segment, you know, they can run over a bit, as long as by the end of it they're within their 2 minutes. So I don't know whether the Italians may be talking to the judge about that, Graham Potts of Great Britain, the judge, just to question that. I'm not sure, or whether it was something else they were questioning, but the judge is there to ensure that all the arrows are shot within the right time, and there's no fouls as well walking across the line, so they've got to be off the line before the next archer comes on.
Excuse for going over that time, because there are clocks there for them to keep an eye on that count them down. Their coaches are also in the background as well.
That's right, yeah. So the coach is there to help. Also in the team round, you've got your teammates. So someone should be counting you down, so you know exactly how much time's left. But when you're on the shooter line at full draw, you can't see that clock. So you've got to rely on those people around you to let you know what's going on and make sure you make that shot in time.
So after 2 ends then, 109 to 101 for Italy. Now, 8 points advantage to the Italians, Nikki. How do the Russians come back from that? Is that a huge gulf that they can close, do you think?
You know, we're just over halfway through, so anything's possible. It's definitely in these kind of conditions with the wind, so they've just got to keep their focus, keep these arrows going in the middle, which they're starting to do again, and just hope, you know, that something will go their way.
Great shot from Cherkasova.
Możliwe 9.
It's obviously a style that they've practiced and that they prefer, isn't it? With Del Duca always going to a different face with her first arrow.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, they'll know exactly what order they're going to shoot, and you know who's going to shoot on what face. That'll all be decided beforehand. And with the way the targets are laid out, you know, you would stand very slightly in a different place as well. So it's probably to do something with that they'll come up and shoot. You can see just the centre of the target with those little white lines on the shooting line. So they'll perhaps stand either side of that as to which face they're shooting on. Make sure they're right in the middle of it.
Murtina. Marina Cherkezova. Can they make an indent into the Italian advantage? Italy chasing 159 total of the Russians. Final arrow for the Italians. It's a 9. So they dropped a few points on that one, I think. Just doing the maths. So it's 164 to 159 in favour of the Italians.
Yeah, stronger end from Russia, and a couple of points made up there. So going into the final end, they've got 5 more points to try and make up to either force a shoot off or take the win. So yeah, it's all going to be down to this last end.
Yeah, the Russians seeming a lot more focused in that third end than they were earlier on. But now's the moment of truth, the final end that will decide who will go home with the bronze medal. Russia 5 points behind, so they need 6 to seal the bronze. Now, getting 6 points more than Italy in one end, the way Italy have been shooting their arrows, is going to be really tough. But I guess, Nikki, for the Russians, it's just about concentrating on what the only thing they can do, which is, get those arrows as close to the centre as possible.
Absolutely, and just look at those flags again, and look what the result was. The wind has picked up again on this final end, so it's really going to be more interesting to see what's going to happen here. Can the Italians hold it together as well with these conditions?
Yana Patina with a 6. And a 9. So 25 for their first set of arrows. Looks to me like the Italians have kept their usual order of shooting. And a 9 for Serafina.
Archers there just discussing the wind conditions, where they're aiming. Got to pass that on to your teammates. Make sure you're going to get the best of each arrow in these conditions.
So 3 9s there for the Italians. So they've actually pulled even further ahead of the Russians now. I think that was a 10 to finish off with. And it looks like Italy are about to run off with the bronze medal. Russia with 211. Penultimate arrow. And they've done it. The Italians, big smiles on their faces. The Italians hug and celebrate their bronze medal at these Youth World Championships. And a huge laugh and smile. And I think there's an element of relief there as well. Disappointment for the Russians. But in the end, the Italians, in some pretty difficult conditions, actually, because I think that breeze got stronger as the match went on. The Italians just too strong in the end. And a really good performance from them, Nikki.
Yeah, absolutely. They led from the beginning, didn't they? All the way through the match, they kept it strong. And yeah, the conditions are really tricky. You know, these compound bows, you're holding fairly light poundage at full draw, and that wind buffets you around. It's hard to hold still on that small face. So yeah, really good shooting from them, and well-deserved bronze medal.
And just to confirm that final score in the end was 218 to Italy and a total of 211 for Russia. So it was 7 points between them in the end. And now some of the formalities that they go through as the arrows and the target faces have been checked. And the official announcement is that the Italians can officially go off and celebrate now their bronze medal.
I to będzie pasjonująca walka.